Meeting is called back to order. Actions taken in closed session. Mr. Clerk?
There were no actions.
Thank you. We will now have the invocation led by Trustee Rydell and the Pledge of Allegiance led by Trustee Bartlett.
Dear Heavenly Father, or your higher power, Allah, or the universe, we ask for guidance this coming semester. Let us guide and teach our students how to achieve their goals. We will achieve this through our board, our administration, faculty, and classified, as a team. For it's not what we teach, but how we handle their trust during this fall semester. And let us not forget the families of this tragic, tragic flood in Texas. Amen. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We're so blessed to live in the United States of America, where we really enjoy all of our freedom. Please join me at this time in honoring the flag of our great nation. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It is now time for public comments. We have two topics. We'll do the first one will be regarding the public hearing demand to bargain. And so I'd like to call first Loma Hopkins. The time limit is 2 minutes.
Thank you. My name is Loma Hopkins. I retired from the Saddleback College faculty in 2016 and currently represent retired faculty on the District Benefits Committee. Most of my retired colleagues are unable to attend tonight because they have moved, are traveling, unable to drive, recovering from surgery, or in the hospital. I will summarize what has been shared with me. Requiring academic retirees to enroll in and pay the IRMA premium for Part D Medicare pharmacy benefits is a clear contract violation. The contract does require retirees to enroll in Medicare Parts A and B and pay the associated premiums, which have increased astronomically since originally negotiated decades ago. Requiring retired faculty to pay Part D premiums is a new expectation that was not negotiated. The district has an obligation to immediately begin reimbursing retirees their Part D IRMA premiums. Further, the district has an obligation to reimburse costs for medications that were previously covered that are now denied, which are necessary to reduce debilitating suffering or to preserve life, limb, and senses. The policies, procedures, and formulary of the Navitas Part D prescription benefit are barbaric. Retirees have followed all of Navitas's procedures for appeals and still have been denied even generic medications they have taken for years. The Navitas presented alternatives have already been tried and stopped because of serious and life-threatening side effects. They are left with the option of not taking any medication at all while watching their health decline and suffering increase, or pay out of pocket for the denied medications, which can be as much as $1,000 per month. This must be changed. Thank you.
Carol Ziem.
Close enough. I'm retired also, Carol Ziem, Saddleback College. I'm reading this for retired Professor Ann Cox, also from Saddleback College, who's absent tonight due to health reasons. This is Ann's words. I have had chronic migraine headaches since I was in my 20s. As you can imagine, I have tried virtually every migraine medication. The only two that work for me are an older drug called Relpax which now has a generic, and a newer drug called Nurtec, which doesn't have a generic. Navitas has denied both of these medications, saying they are not on their formulary. I appealed the first denial of the Relpax right away. They gave me a list of about 15 alternatives they wanted me to try first. Several of these I had already tried unsuccessfully. I got prescriptions for 2 more, also ineffective. In the meantime, my neurologist at UCI got involved, which required a great deal of time and paperwork for her. The appeal was quickly denied. When I asked why, they said the drug was not on their formulary, the same reason they had given in the first place. In other words, the appeal was an empty exercise. The district benefits office gave me information on the independent pharmacist to call for advice. The pharmacist basically said there was nothing I could do to get the drugs covered and referred me to a reduced price pharmacy program that would require paying for the drugs out of my own pocket, what I've been doing for the generic Relpax for several months. In the case of Nurtec, because it is new, the program's discount price would be more than $1,000 monthly, well out of reach. To add insult to injury, I am now being billed for Medicare $80 a month for this non-coverage. So the drug program that had been free as part of our retiree benefits program now costs me $80 a month and won't provide coverage for the only 2 drugs that I need to take for relief of my severe migraines.
We are now going to a different topic. Individual speakers are limited to a maximum of 2 minutes, and we will ask you to stop if you seem to be going over the 2 minutes. And the total maximum for this subject is 20 minutes. So if we could have the first 5 people come and stand over there so that we can make the best use of our time. Bruce Powers, Thomas Dunn, Lee Covell, Howard Hart, and Kathleen Pryor. And Mr. Powers, you are first.
Hello there, I'm Bruce Powers. I've said this last month. I worked in a refinery for 14 years. During that time, every 4 years, I had to get the sulfur to drop off of a catalyst, which was in a vessel that was 25 feet long and 15 feet round. The catalyst looked like a little battery. And we went over, and if you went up 2 degrees than what you should to burn the sulfur off, it would light up, and it did one time. So they called all the unit operators, me being one of them, into the refinery, and they'd already tried shutting no air off to it. Then they tried putting water on it, and it still was the temperature kept going up and up and up and up and until it just maxed out. And then I showed up and I said, well, hey, you know, we had a nitrogen sulfide plant and we had a hydrogen sulfide plant. And the nitrogen that we stripped off of it, we put it in a tank where it had 20,000 gallons in there. And every once in a while, a truck would come by and pick it up. So I turned and I said, hey, that stuff's cold. Let's put it in there. This catalyst burnt for 5 days. It started to make the 5-inch stainless steel that surrounded it to glow. You couldn't get no more from here to that wall to it because it was so hot. And what I'm saying is that what we got here with the lithium batteries is the exact same thing. And then it's not a question of when it goes off, it is a question of when it goes off. But it is going to go off, and when it does go off, it's just going to burn itself until they can't burn anymore. So I'm saying whatever, we can't put that plant over there. It's in a fire zone.
Thank you very much. Thomas Dunn.
Thank you. My name is Thomas Dunn. I'm a resident of Laguna Niguel at One Knob Hill, and I overlook the facility location that is proposed for this best facility by ENGIE. And quite frankly, I refer to myself as a sensitive receptor because that is what the NG company refers to people around their sites. And I want to bring attention to your Board of Resolutions, trustee resolutions. We have so many people who are against this facility going in where it's planned. It has no place to be within the resident community, and you've heard about the fire danger. I have a package here that I'm going to deliver to your secretary of so many people who are in print, and you have to read their letters. I know you have read some of them. We have Laguna Niguel. We have Congressman Mike Levin. We have Stephen Chow. We have John Desmond of San Diego. We have the city of San Juan Capistrano, who's the original firm turning it down. We have Katrina Foley, Lori Davies, the mayor of Dana Point, and we have realtors in California cities, all of who are against this project. One of the other critical things is to remember the band of Mission Indians. They deserve your respect and consideration. The sacred places for their relatives, and the California Cultural Resources Group. There's another group of people that you have to pay attention to. The Orange County Transit Authority, the Corridors Agency, Firefighters Organization of Orange County, J. Sierra High School, UNDAS. We have.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll turn
Lee
these.
Colville.
Who do I turn these to, please? Got it. Thank you.
Good evening, Saddleback College Board of Trustees. I'm Lee Covell. I'm an executive board member of the Boys and Girls Club of Capistrano Valley and a member of San Juan Capistrano's Cultural Heritage Commission. I'm not here to change your mind tonight. I'm here to give you the lay of the land. So let me break it down for you Saddleback College style. Math 219, statistics and probability. The NG site we've heard has a 1% annual fire risk. That's a 39% chance of burning over 50 years. Moss Landing had a similar facility leaking toxic gas and triggered evacuations, as you know. This one's 1.5 miles as the crow flies from your students. Would you get on an airplane with a 1% chance of having it crash? Philosophy 10, introduction to ethics. Your community, left, right, and center, has said no to this. Ignoring them contradicts the very ethics you teach. Your stakeholders want you to be crystal clear about your point and where you stand. Journalism, new media intro. This is a political grenade for you all. Voters don't forget where you actually stand on a fire hazard. You'll feel it again in headlines and at November's ballot box. Business 14, legal environment of business. $750,000 is nothing next to lawsuits from a fire. Why leave Saddleback a legacy of liability? Ask me later about litigation in Pacific Palisades going on. I lived there 20 years. PS 12 California government course. San Juan Capistrano rejected this outright. NG bypassed this by using Assembly Bill 205. Do you stand with your community or a French multinational dropping a fire hazard in a red zone? Optics, trustees, optics. I don't need to change your mind. You have the power to cancel your agreement. You have the data, the authority. You can reject the money, withdraw completely and authentically. It's not hard, it's legal, it's fast, and it's right.
Thank you. Howard Hart.
Madam President, trustees, I'm San Juan Capistrano Councilmember Howard Hart. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I don't come in the spirit of confrontation, but instead in the spirit of partnership. Echoing the thoughts of a united city, neighboring cities, and bipartisan elected officials across the region. You've already acknowledged in your letter to the California Energy Commission that NG mischaracterized the nature of the agreement with the district. I thank you for that. But I respectfully submit that the situation demands more from you. This is not simply about a grant. This is about trust. NG has used your votes to fulfill its public benefits agreement requirement, despite overwhelming public opposition, unstable geology, and very real danger to surrounding homes, critical infrastructure, and the environment. I know you're in a difficult position, and yes, backing out of this agreement carries legal risk. But staying in it carries something far greater: reputational and political risk, not just for this board, but for the institution you represent. If NG chooses to pursue legal action, let them explain why they are suing a well-respected community college district that was misled. Let them try to justify that before the CEC and the Court of Public Opinion. Honorable trustees, the voters in this district are watching. Your legacy and this college's, which we all cherish, will be shaped not just by what was signed, but by what you choose to do next. Please stand with your community. Withdraw from this agreement and send a clear message. This board cannot be used as a rubber stamp for bad land use decisions. Thank you.
Thank you.
And on behalf of, and on a personal note, on behalf of the City Council of San Juan Capistrano, we'd like to send our condolences to Trustee Milchiker.
Thank you. Kathleen Pryor.
Thank you. NG was very clear about their intentions with the first agreement they presented to Saddleback College. This was not a donation. It was an exchange of money for a service from the college. After you signed the revised agreement to benefit some students over a short 5-year period of time, everyone found out NG submitted the agreement to the CEC and it was acceptable as proof of a community benefit relationship. I only hope the CEC accepts your explanation. In spite of knowledge of overwhelming opposition to this project, Saddleback did not even stop to confer with the local mayors or government leaders before acting. Even the Boys and Girls Club refused to become entangled with NG. NG and one of its major shareholders and suppliers, the Chinese Communist Party, do not expect what could happen next. Someone needs to advise them of the power of the proposition in California. The people of California share the power to create law with their elected officials. The people have voiced their strenuous and unanimous objection to this site and want local control. We do not want NG to lose money either. We are concerned about a fire just like the most recent one in Laguna Beach. We are concerned a fire will sweep through this valley and ignite one or more containers. Each container has an air conditioning unit pulling air in from the outside. The investors could lose the return on their investment, and they might sue NG for foolishly deciding to locate this facility in a high fire zone. The Moss Landing homeowners sued Vistara. NG could be sued by local homeowners too. We need developers to come into California and invest in green energy facilities. We appreciate the effort NG is making, but this site is the wrong site. Thank you.
Thank you. Could we have the next 5 people come forward, please? Lieutenant Colonel Carl David, Amy David, Ron Cabrera, Andy Perea, Natalie Simmons.
You want to wait till should I go ahead and start?
Yes, that would be
Okay,
great. Thank
Carl
you.
David again, and I'm a Laguna Yale resident, and I can appreciate taking care of students because I've been doing that for about 25 years, both as 15 years as an administrator and as a high school professor and a professor of the graduate and undergraduate level. But taking care of students is not disregarding the community. You've had elected opposition, you've got a terrorism threat, which I mentioned at your last meeting, you've got a morality issue because you've been misled, and just saying that you're neutral doesn't make it so. You really have to, as previous speaker said, stand up and be counted, show your leadership, We demand that leadership of you because we elected you. Additionally, where your ethics are concerned, the ethics of your votes matters to the public. I will also say that NG is proposing a pause because they really feel like they've done something wrong here. So you really should acknowledge the fact that you've done something wrong by getting in bed with these guys. And then finally, I recommend that you withdraw from this as well, because you were pushed into it very quickly with the deadline approaching. Looking at all of your correspondence, is they rushed it up for your April meeting instead of waiting until you could get more information. So please, we urge you, because I'm in that 2 mile zone. I think I might have mentioned that last time, but I'm one of those that innocent bystanders that has to fight the fire. So please do the right thing, and I thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. Amy David?
Well, my phone just died. Wonderful. I may be looking at you, but actually I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking for everyone who's watching this tonight. I want you to make this your top priority. I want you to learn everything you possibly can about this, because this is critical and it affects every single one of us, not just the ones that are in the 2 mile radius, all of us, all the students here, everyone there behind, because you're all in our district. And I just want you to understand, Chancellor Barnes, Vice Chancellor Gable, President Stern, Israel Dominguez from Workforce, all knew that this was a controversial topic. You all knew it. It's documented. We've read the emails. We have documents to show the public if they need that. I tried to get people to come tonight, and they told me they're not coming. They're just not going to vote for you. They're so upset about this. They not only said that this will be an election issue, they're considering a recall motion now because of the decisions that you've made that are wrong. If you didn't have enough information, Sparky, you all know it now. Every single person knows what this can do to our community right now. So you can't say you're no longer naive and you don't know what's going on. You have enough information to make a change. A resolution is a fluff piece. It's a piece of paper. And you can't take money and still say you're neutral. Follow the money. You can't. It's not right. Do the right thing. Do the right thing for all of us that have given our time. We're fighting this fight now. Wait if this is approved in January. Then we have the fight of our life to get the word out so that this will never happen to another community in our area again. Thank you.
Thank you. Ron Cabrera? Natalie Simmons?
Good evening, board members. Thank you for letting me speak. My name is Natalie Simmons. I live in a community off Rancho Viejo Road, less than 1 mile from the site of the project. We moved here 10 years ago for the historic community and open spaces. I firmly believe the location for this project is bad for our community. It's at odds with the city zoning and too industrial in nature. There are so many risks: fires, pollution, negative impacts on property values and home insurance, to name a few. 99% of local residents are opposed to this project. Our politicians are all opposed to this project. Now, in response to last month's speakers at this meeting, we have this resolution statement of neutrality. Your words are a contradiction of your actions. You thought you could change the community benefit agreement to a grant agreement and still take the money and not seem to be supporting the project. Unfortunately, the CEC adopted this as a community benefit anyway. Agreeing to this grant enabled NG to complete their application and move forward. This Saddleback College Board is the only local organization that did this. The Ecology Center stands with our community. They declined a 7-figure sum that they were offered. Why couldn't you? Your resolution is at odds with your actions. Entering into an agreement with NG is not neutral. It is supporting them, enabling the project. You can't take $750,000 and claim to be neutral. Actions speak louder than words. Show your true neutrality and rescind your grant agreement with NG. I ask that you please put the welfare of the surrounding communities above receiving $150,000 a year for 5 years. Do we really matter that little to you all? Show us that you care.
Thank you.
Please put on the agenda for your next meeting to rescind and vote against it. Thank you.
Andy Perea.
Thank you, trustees. My name is Andy Perea. I live in the Concord Hill neighborhood in Laguna Niguel. And for those of you who don't know where Concord Hill is, we're the residential neighborhood on top of the hill there adjacent to the proposed battery energy storage facility. I'm here because I have concerns with fire, health, and safety issues with the placement of a battery energy storage facility in a high fire zone in close proximity to single-family homes. How can the board support a resolution of neutrality when accepting their donation can be viewed as an effort to buy your support and partnership in this project? I'm requesting that you table this resolution before you tonight and return with a resolution opposing this project and opposing the donations that have been given or been promised to the district. I ask that you do the right thing like so many of your fellow elected officials have done and oppose this project and do the right thing for all the residents of this area. Thank you.
We are nearing the 20 minutes. If people could perhaps can be more, not be a little bit more concise, we might be able to get through all the speakers. The next 5 speakers are Michael McGrady, Annie Gilbert, Curtis McClendon, Sarah Mehta, and Teresa Ford. Okay, Michael McGrady.
Yes, I'm Michael McGrady. I live in San Juan Capistrano. No one lives closer to this facility than I do. It's literally next door to my home. And yet I'm here to ask you, plead with you, not to sign this resolution. The letter has already hit the docket, but the empirical evidence is that the district knew full well what they were getting into. It's clear from over 120 documents I have copies of that you knew. To satisfy the application requirements for opt-in, Compass must enter into a legally binding and enforceable agreement. Reviewed the proposed community benefits agreement and find this version acceptable as is. We look forward to entering this agreement with Compass Energy. These are all emails and documents from the college. If our Board of Trustees feel this is too controversial for an agreement to enter into due to contentious community perspective, it's okay not to pursue these funds. And now we come to the recitals of the contract itself. I won't read it. It's very straightforward, very clean. The whole contract's actually fairly simple. It refers to a public resources code. The resources code clearly states that it's a community benefits agreement. The college has agreed to this and excited to do it. Our board approved the grant. We've done it. All I'd ask you to do is to own up and own the decision. Don't sign the resolution, but own the decision. Just say, listen, we've got a 66 kW battery storage facility on our properties. We're planning expansions. We understand the risks and we believe they've been mitigated for the benefit of our students. And just accept that and move forward. It's much more palatable.
Thank you.
Than suggesting you weren't informed.
Annie Gilbert.
Good evening. My name is Annie Gilbert. I've been teaching ESL at Saddleback for 13 years. I'm here to change the subject here for a minute. I was asked to share how the new drug plan with Navitus has affected me. I was diagnosed with leukemia in 2022, and had a bone marrow transplant in 2023. I'm very lucky to still be here today, and I'm truly grateful for the great benefits we have in the district. But the switch to Navitus has made managing my medication really, really difficult. Because of the bone marrow transplant, I have a condition called ocular graft versus host disease, which destroyed my tear glands. I need special drops, and since January, it's been very difficult for me to get an approval with Navitus. In February, I couldn't refill my meds at all, and I have not been able to this month either in July. I also have to take chemo pills that are delivered to my home. Before Navitus, they were mailed to my house once a month, no problem. Then Navitus came along and they required a signature for every delivery and only allowed 15 days refills. So I had to call twice a month, rearrange my work schedule to wait for the deliveries, and it was incredibly inconvenient, as you can imagine. Thanks to the Faculty Association and Dr. Viscochil, I finally got some help in April when a patient advocate reached out, and after several calls, we were able to remove the signature requirement. So overall, I'm just here to say that this plan has been a nightmare, incredibly frustrating and stressful, and I hope that we can take a serious look at it and see how it's affecting us and do something about it so we can move forward, not backwards. Thank you.
Thank you. How many minutes? Okay. There's only 5 left. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any objection from board members to extending this? There are 5 people left on this topic. We took care of that one. We didn't put that on the time.
Including the people, there's 5 more after these 2?
No, that includes these 2.
So these 2 are the last?
We have 5 total left.
Including
I don't
these
have
2.
any objections.
No
Is
objection.
that okay? All right, thank you. Curtis?
Good evening, board members, and special hello to Terry Rydell, a colleague at one time. My name is Curtis McClendon. I was a professor at Saddleback College for 34 years and retired in 2010. I'm here to beseech you to take action to rescind the acceptance of a grant from NG Compass Energy. The board was apparently not fully informed that this grant's purpose was to allow NG to satisfy their community benefits agreements requirement, with which NG would have failed to meet a key provision in their CEC project approval. You surely are aware of the public reaction to this project that has been a loud and clear no. This is not a simple NIMBY knee-jerk reaction. We are in favor of energy storage facilities to enable alternative energy availability, but not at this site. The public and key authorities, including the Orange County Fire Authority, the City Councils of Laguna Niguel and San Juan Capistrano, Congressman Mike Levin, Assembly Members Lori Davies and Diane Dixon, and Supervisor Katrina Foley are all in opposition. The project is a danger to nearby people, houses, and sensitive natural environments. Saddleback College is within 2 miles of the site. It is an admirable thing to admit a mistake and to try to correct it. It is not admirable nor ethical to refuse to correct a mistake which could threaten the well-being of an entire college and community, simply to save face or avoid embarrassment. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Teresa Ford. I'm here tonight to call out South Orange County Community College District Board of Trustees for the proposed neutrality resolution that is disingenuous at best. The language claims, quote, The district reiterates that it has not taken a position supporting or opposing the Compass Energy Storage Project, nor on the suitability of the proposed location. By accepting the grant, signing the agreement, and collaborating with Compass, SOCCCD actively fulfilled a requirement set by the California Energy Commission and obviously accepted by them regardless of what the document was called. That's not passive. That's not neutral. By request, under the California Public Records Act, I obtained communications that reveal a clear understanding the developer required this agreement to complete their application. It was not optional, it was essential. On April 3rd, 2025, SOCCCD's Director of Economic and Workforce Development wrote to the college president, quote, Compass must enter into a legally binding and enforceable agreement with or that benefits a coalition of one or more community-based organizations. You knew this agreement would directly advance the developer's application. Again, how is that not support? The grant agreement itself, signed on April 8th, spells it out clearly in item E of the recitals. This resolution isn't about neutrality. It's about optics. It's an attempt to pacify the community that's quite upset about this project. As elected officials, your actions carry consequences. People will remember how you vote tonight.
Is it correct that Sarah Mehta isn't here? Okay, thank you. Then our last two, Mayor Ray Genoway and Ann and Mike Kramer.
Good evening. I'm Ray Genoway. It's my privilege to be the mayor of the city of Laguna Niguel, and on behalf of the city of Laguna Niguel, we too would like to extend our condolences to Trustee Milchiker. The city of Laguna Niguel is extremely disappointed at this college district for advancing the application of the battery facility, which threatens our community with a regional disaster. The resolution of neutrality presented tonight is an insult to our intelligence. This district has not been neutral. NG would not have a completed permit application but for this Board of Trustees approving that contract. A public records request that produced emails from district staff showing staff knew about the controversy of this project and even considered declining the money from NG because it would be highly controversial. But they moved forward with the contract, and staff told NG that this board would not be able to approve the contract until your May meeting. However, this was not good enough for NG. They said they needed it before they submitted their permit application to the California Energy Commission in April. NG made your staff aware of this fact and asked your staff to expedite the contract process. Your staff replied to NG on April 4th, quote, I will work with my team and risk management to expedite the execution of this agreement to meet CEC deadlines, end quote. If this college district is neutral on permitting of this battery facility, why is the district so concerned with meeting CEC deadlines? Why did the district rush this contract at the request of NG? And why was the staff report on this contract at the April 24th meeting completely silent? Completely silent, not a single word on the dangers and massive community opposition to this project. This resolution and the letter you submitted to the CEC today are not legally binding statements, but the contract you signed is. So I suggest the board do one of two things tonight. One, if you intend to continue with this contract, just own it. Say, we saw an opportunity to get a big check in exchange for offering support to this battery facility and we took the money. Or two, if you want to stand with your constituents and stand with the firefighters of this county, admit you made a mistake. Hey, we were wrong, we learned new information, rescind the agreement, and in this resolution, find and replace the word neutral with the word oppose. Thank you.
When we came to the last meeting, we gave you all the benefit of the doubt. We thought that you didn't understand what this $750,000 meant. And yet, after hearing from us, people that live here, that have had kids here, you have decided that you're okay with dirty money. We invited you all to visit the site. I know that you don't have to respond, but I'd love to see the hands of how many people went to this beautiful property. My husband hikes that. He was telling me today about the hawks. He happens to be a retired pilot, so he loves anything that flies. He was telling me about the hawks, and he goes, if you just watch, you can see how they swoop. This is right on that property. He's telling me about the birds, how they come down and they don't have to use their wings and then they separate. He's telling me about all the things he's experienced here. And if you want to know, look it up, the noise on this, we're not even talking fire. The noise is 70 to 92 decibels is the average. We will not see any birds. We would not be able to have the horses go up the trails. It will scare them. This is ridiculous. We have nuns that live in a beautiful sanctuary home to get respite from who will hear this. They are the immediate home there. They will have to deal with this. Humming, humming, humming. This is sacred land. It's one of the last spots we have where we can go and feel like we get away from things. And if you haven't gone up there, I'll invite you again. Go up and see where you are going to take a company that only cares about the dollars and ruin it for the residents who live around here. Would you like to say anything?
No, I just have to agree with her. And to say that you're taking this kind of money and then have an act of neutrality is a very hollow, very shallow act. It's easily seen through. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, we're here for oral reports, and we'll start with board reports. And I'd like to start with Trustee Rydell and go down the line.
Thank you. I'd like to say that I only attended one event this past month. We are slower because of the summer months and because of my history with my son. I didn't have all the time, but on July 9th, I attended the South Orange County Economic Coalition's board installation. Those of us who attended were proud to see Israel Dominguez, the Director of Economic Workforce and Development here at Saddleback, was installed as a board member. Israel doesn't have an 8-to-5 job. He goes beyond. He is involved in many important community groups and attends outside meetings to keep his finger on the pulse of our community, to keep his finger on the pulse of our district community, blending those needs with the needed internships for our students and our businesses. I appreciated all of his services. Thank you.
So it's been said a couple of times tonight, and she's not with us right now, but I do offer my heartfelt and sincere condolences to the Milchiker family for the loss of Ben Milchiker. I've been on this board for a few years, and I've gotten to know Ben, of course, Trustee Milchiker as well. And Ben is almost as much associated with this district as Marcia herself. Countless number of public events, sporting events, performing arts events, dinners for the foundation. Ben has been there by Marcia's side and has been truly a great advocate for this district, for these two colleges. And Marcia has become a very good friend of mine, a dear friend, and I was very sorry to hear about his passing. And I know that he had gone through some difficult treatment over the last, many years now. And his life was prolonged, I think, because of the treatment he got, which is something we're grateful for. But I want to extend my condolences to Trustee Milchiker and her entire family for this loss. Thank you.
There's something I need to say before we go on with this. I forgot to say that the board is not allowed by law to respond directly to public comments, but we do hear you. We will be continuing this at 6.1, however. Thank you. And now, Trustee Prendergast.
Well said. Trustee Milchiker has been a part of this board for quite a while, and as the second longest serving member, it pales in comparison to how much service she's provided to this district. And I too have known Ben for a while now, and it is sad in his passing. Other than that, I have no other report.
Of course, I'd like to offer my condolences to Trustee Milchiker and her family as well for the loss of her husband. For those that don't know, she has been serving on this board, I think this year, for 40 years. So she is as much a part of this community as anybody. And I was sorry to hear about Ben's passing over the last week. In other board news, I was able to attend the Ignite Her event on July 17th at IVC, which was hosted by our Assembly member, Cotty Petrie-Norris, up in Irvine. And it was wonderful to hear local business and government leaders share their stories and in turn inspire the young women and girls to see themselves as the future leaders, not just in Orange County, but in the state and nationally. I'm also going to round out my board report by sharing that I'm happy to hear that past Saddleback ASG President Perry Mead announced that he's going to be running for Congress, which I think Perry is a great example of the kind of students that Saddleback produces. Even after graduating, he's come to board meetings to advocate for student housing at Saddleback. I wish him the best, and I think he serves as a great example of where you can go with the education that Saddleback provides. We might actually be looking at future congressional candidates here, right at the front here. So good luck, and I'm so proud of the community that we produce here at Saddleback.
Thank you. Trustee Bartlett.
Thank you, Madam President. So since our last meeting, I also had the pleasure of attending on July 9th the South Orange County Economic Coalition, where we installed a new board of directors, including one of our own from our Saddleback College. It was nice to catch up with a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while and learn about the direction and commitments to the business community from the new board of directors. And I've been spending a lot of time during the summer now seeing friends and family and attending a lot of the local events in our South County cities. Also condolences to Trustee Milchiker. I think the last time I actually saw her husband Ben was at the Table for 10 event, and he was so happy to be there, and we had a great conversation, and Marcia and I were taking turns running and getting appetizers because Ben couldn't get up and walk around too much. But he was still there, and he was just so, thankful to be out in public and being able to attend a fun event, and he really had a good time that evening. So it's sorry that he won't be here with us any longer, but he was a really good and kind person. Also, in reviewing the curriculum and recommended curriculum changes for the next academic year, I know our staff puts a lot of time and effort into what we're going to offer the students. And just want to thank the collective team here at SOCCCD. They continually innovate and expand and modify the selection of educational courses that we offer the students with the highest level of college-level programs to really enhance their education and improve their ability to obtain employment or transfer to a four-year university, all while keeping the overall costs really reasonable so that many students will have the opportunity to attend classes on our campuses to achieve their lifelong goals. And that concludes my board comments. Thank you.
Thank you. I also was able to attend the Ignite Her, and it's just a marvelous program. It's younger females, and the main keynote speaker was one of the best speakers I've ever heard. She was concise and direct and talked to their age, but not talking down to them. It was really a very, very interesting and fulfilling event. I too had noticed something, as Trustee Bartlett did, and I wanted to thank faculty and other people involved for the zero cost textbooks. That's a marvelous, incredible thing that the colleges are doing for their students. And I don't know all the details of how it works, but I do know that my department at another college we wrote our own textbook because a Speech One textbook had gone up to $100, and that was over 10 years ago. And so, you know, it's crazy to spend that much money. So I'm very grateful on behalf of the students for the people who are doing this. And then the same thing with Trustee Milchiker. She's not only 40 years, but she's the longest-serving Board of Trustees person in California. And he's been at her side and supported and helped her during this whole time. So we're all feeling very, very sad for her, but good for the 52-year marriage, which is quite an achievement, especially nowadays. Okay, could we have our student trustee as well?
Thank you, Madam President. First and foremost, I want to offer my condolences to Trustee Milchiker. It's always tough to face a loss. As someone that has also faced one this month, all my condolences and prayers out to her and her family. Besides that, on July 12th, I had the distinct honor of working with my veteran nonprofit, Recycle for Veterans, in Long Beach, California. It promotes environmental stewardship for transitioning veterans to integrate back into society, and it was awesome to see some of the Saddleback student body there. And that rounds up my report. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. We will now go to our wonderful leaders sitting in front of us here. Let's start with Saddleback College President Noah Aguilar. Associated Student Government.
Hello, Board. Wonderful to see all of you guys again. To begin my report, I am pleased to share that ASG held its first official meeting on Thursday, July 17th. We successfully passed our first funding allocation to support our upcoming fall leadership events and our first resolution in support of AB 1855, a bill aimed at allowing teleconferencing for student body organizations when necessary. As the summer progresses, ASG is actively collaborating with faculty to plan and prepare for our upcoming Welcome Week events to ensure that students coming to Saddleback for the first time have a positive and memorable introduction to our campus. And then also, while not currently affecting ASG, it is still incredibly inspiring to see one of our very own former Saddleback ASG presidents, Perry Mead, announcing that he is running for Congress. Just showing what is possible if you continue to work diligently. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Irvine Valley College President Maba Ahmad.
Hi, Board of Trustees. Nice to be here again. I have some reports to share. So first being, ASIVC has shared our stance and also our letter to support immigration and undocumented students during this time. We sent out a letter where ASIVC shared that we will partner with our Basic Needs Center to provide financial and emotional support for those students who are going through tough times at this moment or who are affected by the activity that is going on here in California. So that's my first update. And my second update is that we have had multiple executive meetings where we've been allocating budget funds and making sure that our student government is starting and running. So first being, like my favorite, is our Welcome Week funds. We have just approved our Welcome Week funds for our students. So when our Irvine Valley College students make their way to the campus, they're going to be met with a Monday breakfast, so for free, nice burrito. And then on Tuesday, trivia night and a resource fair so they know their resources and we'll make it nice and fun. And then on Wednesday, Laser Fest, and on Thursday, a movie night. So the third thing I wanted to discuss is we are putting money into a Parley Pro training. So a Parley Pro expert will come and educate us about Brown Act and how we can follow it as a student government. And we will basically learn more about parliamentary procedures, our role, and how we can have successful meetings while adhering to Brown Act. And lastly, we've been talking and discussing about our budget allocation for student with our student representation fee, which conferences like up for discussion, what students are gonna go. So yeah, just talking a lot about student representation and how we can go about that. So yeah, thank you so much for having me as always.
Thank you. Irvine Valley College Academic Senate, please.
Hello, my name is Summer Serpis, and I am here for Rebecca Beck. I am the Academic Affairs Chair and the coordinator of the Hub, which is IVC's new Center for Professional Learning. Rebecca asked me to provide an update on the Hub since I am the coordinator. In previous reports, we've shared that the Hub was created through an Institutional Effectiveness Partnership Initiative grant, which gave us both the funding and support to not only build a physical center for professional learning, but also create a unified culture and vision of professional learning that recognizes all constituency groups on campus as educators and provides professional learning to support everyone to meet the evolving needs of IVC's diverse student body. The Hub launched virtually last year, and I say virtually because we did not have a physical space yet, but we provided 10 programs for faculty, classified professionals, and administrators, including an AI workshop series, new faculty orientation, a book club, communities of practice focused on creating a culture of care and liberatory design, a summer send-off to prepare faculty to innovate over the summer, and community building activities, including a ceramics and charcuterie event. Additionally, last year, we built a Hub website and created a newsletter. We provided a centralized calendar for professional development events, both on and off campus. We created a repository of professional development materials. We updated professional development themes to reflect the current needs at IVC. We developed deeper collaboration across constituency groups, and we revised the faculty professional development handbook. This year, we're continuing to offer many of our programs and adding in a few new ones, including a Future Ready IVC series led by Dr. Kimberly Lowry and focused on the ideas of Community College 3.0. We're launching Adjunct Ambassadors, which pairs longtime part-time faculty with newer part-time faculty for support and mentoring. We have new community building events, including Gaming and Grub, which is hosted by our esports coordinator. And we're starting walking clubs to encourage connection, movement, and friendly competition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Saddleback College Academic Senate.
Hi, thank you, Board of Trustees. I just wanted to highlight some of the stuff we've been doing this summer. I gave no report last time, so over the last couple months, a group of us attended a baccalaureate degree program workshop down at Mesa College. As you may know, this is a statewide initiative that's been going on for quite some time. So we're moving forward with attempting to offer submitting applications for some baccalaureate degrees. We've also been working since last year on, again, another item that's in the State Chancellor's Office Vision 2030, the credit for prior learning efforts. Both of these, along with the baccalaureate degree program, are about serving our students, giving them opportunities. Sorry about that. I'll jump to our Flex Week, which is coming up, as you know, in a few weeks. And so I just wanted to give kudos out to all the individuals, that dozens of individuals, faculty, staff, administrators that have been working towards offering some meaningful professional development for our faculty. And the last one, sort of on a semi-personal note, I had the great opportunity last week to participate in a guitar building workshop that we do here at Saddleback College. We'd offered it for 2 weeks, each one running 1 week. And I was able to learn how a guitar is build my own guitar, interact with 24 students who are also working towards that. So, and that's through our Mesa Center. So, thank you to everybody involved in that. And as a guitar player, I'm super excited that I got a guitar out of it. So, yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Faculty Association.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank Loma, Carol, and Annie for sharing the struggles with Navitus that many of our faculty and retirees are feeling during the public comments. I have an additional statement to share from a faculty member who's asked to remain anonymous because they're not yet tenured. Thank you, Board of Trustees, our Chancellor, our college presidents, and our Faculty Association for the opportunity to share my experience with the change in prescription coverage. I'm so grateful that our district has exceptional benefits, and these benefits as a whole have provided fantastic care for myself and my young family. When the change to Novitas occurred, several members of my family were immediately affected, as medications which were completely covered were all of a sudden no longer covered. After the change to Navitas, we have spent many hours calling, completing paperwork, and going back and forth with Navitas, the doctors, benefit departments, and so on, with very few resolutions. It took a great toll on our family, and in the end, we accepted our fate to pay out of pocket for necessary medications. We do not have a budget for this, so we just use credit cards. Our out-of-pocket costs went from $0 to over $600 a month now that we have Navitas. We have a child with special needs, and his medication was not covered even though it had been before January. We did not realize this in January, and we were so worried when it was not filled. We immediately called Navitas and were told we had to do lengthy paperwork for it to be covered. I told the representative if he didn't have his medication immediately, he would have a seizure. We got an emergency fill for 1 month, but after that, we were required to fill out numerous forms. We had our pediatrician do one form, and it was sent to Navitas only to get canceled twice. I had a medication that was also not covered, and I worked with my doctor's office and Navitas to send appeals, which were also either canceled or sent to the wrong department. This happened numerous times, and supervisors at Navitas apologized and acknowledged this, but did not rectify the situation. Then a Navitas representative said my medication could be approved with a peer-to-peer call. This was set up with my doctor, and it was still not approved. I consulted with my doctor about alternatives, and there were none, so we decided to pay $500 to $600 out of pocket for my medication, as it is medically necessary. Thank you so much for listening. Your kindness of spirit and compassion is so appreciated. And so with these stories, the FA certainly looks forward to continue conversations. And I just wanted to extend a quick invitation to the board members and chancellor to attend our Faculty Association lunch during Flex Week, which is Monday, August 11th at 12:30 in the Fine Arts Quad at IBC. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Irvine Valley College Classified Senate.
Good evening, everyone. I know I said goodbye last month. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to get rid of me, so I'm here today sitting on behalf of our new president, Zoraida Quiroz, and I will be reading her report for tonight. Good evening, Board of Trustees and Chancellor Barnes. On behalf of the Irvine Valley College Classified Senate, I want to express my sincere gratitude for providing time and space for our representation at these important meetings. Your support affirms the value of classified professionals and their voice in shared governance. I would like to extend a special thank you to past President Ace Kagiwa for his leadership over the past year and for his continued guidance as we begin the new term. I'm also pleased to introduce our 2025-2026 Classified Senate Executive Team, President-elect Brianna Bell, of the Interim Program Coordinator for the spot, past President Ace Kagiwa, Marketing and Creative Services, Secretary Lisa Liao, Senior Administrative Assistant with Outreach and Community Relations, Treasurer Anthony Arcalamento, Senior Administrative Assistant for the Marketing and Creative Services, Vice President of DEIA, Sylvia Torres Mendoza, Program Coordinator for Next Up, and our Communications Officer, Coral Barrera, Program Coordinator for College Corps. We started the year with an executive leadership retreat where we collaboratively drafted our Classified Senate goals and partnered with our professional development co-chairs to create a clear process for classified professionals to request and report back on professional development activities. Later this month, we're looking forward to a joint retreat with Saddleback College's Classified Senate, strengthening collaboration across the district. Thank you once again for your ongoing support. We're excited for the year ahead and committed for uplifting the voices and professional growth for our classified professionals.
Thank you. Saddleback College Classified Senate? No. Okay, thank you. California School Employees Association?
There we go. Chancellor Barnes and Board of Trustees, I'm very happy to be here. I'm sitting instead of President Desiree Ortiz. She's at the annual conference for CSEA. So my name's Jacqueline Zimbalist. I'm the Chief Job Steward for our local chapter, and Desiree wanted me to convey her thanks to the countless classified professionals who have been absolute rock stars, working very hard to ensure the transition to Banner is as smooth and seamless as possible. And that included making sure that students especially were able to register for classes for the fall, and I believe that helped to mitigate potential losses of student enrollment. So very happy to report that.
Okay, thank you. No one from the Police Officers Association, is that correct? Okay, are there board requests for reports? None. Okay, so now number 5 is public hearings, and the first one, just a second, just a moment here. Okay, we are now at Board Agenda Item 5.1 regarding a public hearing on the demand to bargain between the district and the SOCCCD Faculty Association. Article 31, retired faculty benefits. Before we hold the public hearing, Vice Chancellor, substitute, Kim Wittes will provide introduction. Thank you.
Thank you. The board will conduct a public hearing to provide an opportunity for the public to comment on the demand to bargain between the district and SOCCCD Faculty Association. Article 31, retired faculty benefits. If the board has any questions throughout this public hearing process, Cindy will be there to assist. I will assist.
Does the board have any questions for staff to assist with their understanding of this matter? Okay. Board Item 5.1, the public hearing on the matter at hand is now open. Public comments are not to exceed 2 minutes. Yeah, we had some earlier.
Yeah, they were all
Yeah, thank you.
earlier.
Okay. The public hearing is now closed. Is there any further discussion on this matter by the Board of Trustees? Yes, Trustee Dack?
I don't know, Kim, throwing you in the hot seat here.
We'll try.
Is there anything we can do as a district when it comes to, you know, these stories about these drug plans just kind of just going away in January and everyone else kind of, all our faculty having to hold the bag? Is there anything that the district can do? Can we negotiate with the healthcare providers? I'm just curious what our options are, if there even are any.
I believe at this point, we've been trying to mitigate each and every one that has come in. But as far as the negotiations with Navitas on the benefit side of the house.
So I think that really is up to negotiations and isn't something that we should be discussing in public, but we have, the changes that Navitas made were made to us. We had no say over anything that occurred with the change in prescription plan, so it wasn't anything that we can negotiate
Just to
with
clarify,
Navitas.
I'm not talking about negotiations with the association. I'm talking about negotiations with the healthcare provider.
Nevada, yeah, that's Navitas.
Right, so we are a member of a joint powers authority, which is SISC, and SISC determines who the prescription plan provider is going to be. We don't have a say in who that's going to be. We did look at marketing our plans, and when we looked at marketing the plans, we would lose all of the benefits that we have with our, on the medical side, and the prescription plans wouldn't be as good either. So our choices were, we could leave SISC and market ourselves. It would be much more costly, and we would have much fewer, is that the right way to say that? Where are my English professors? Fewer, yeah, where is Lewis when you need him? Far fewer, thank you. Whoever said that, thank you very much. Far fewer benefits. So it is something that the Benefits Committee did look at, and kind of the idea at that point in time was to stay with what we had. Some of the things we did negotiate, Navitas wanted to implement it in October. We were able to convince them to put it off until January. So that was one thing that we had, but trying to negotiate with them, I think it's the plan that we have, and we're kind of stuck with what we have.
Thank you.
So I am Vice Chancellor Gable. So if we open up the agreement, is it only limited to the Article 31?
That is what is being open at this point in time, yes.
There's nothing else that will be, doesn't open up the entire agreement,
No,
just
it's-
Article 31?
31, and then for CSEA, their article.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Were there any other questions? Okay, so we will now move to item 5.2, adoption of demand to bargain between the district and the SOCCCD Faculty Association, Article 31, retired faculty benefits. I call for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Dack that we adopt the demand to bargain between the district and the SOCCCD Faculty Association. Is there any other discussion? Okay, let's vote, please. On a 6-0 vote with the advisory vote from the student trustee as yes, the motion to bargain between the district and the SOCCCD Faculty Association has passed. We are now to number 6.1, the resolution, which will be read by trustee Prendergast, our clerk.
Item 6.1, a resolution clarifying the district's position regarding the grant agreement with Compass Energy and stating neutrality on the Compass Energy Storage Project. Whereas the South Orange County Community College District, Huron District Board of Trustees approved a grant agreement with Compass Energy on April 24, 2025 for the purpose of supporting student scholarships and workforce development initiatives aligned with sustainability and clean energy careers. And whereas the district advised the applicant's original proposed community benefits agreement into a grant agreement to clearly indicate that the funds, if received, shall solely be treated as a grant for educational purposes and not as an endorsement of the Compass Energy Storage Project. And whereas the grant agreement explicitly states that it does not become effective unless and until the California Energy Commission certifies the project, a notice to proceed is issued and all legal challenges are resolved and final. Whereas notwithstanding the grant agreement, the district has taken no position of support or opposition regarding the Compass Energy Storage Project or the location of the proposed battery energy storage system. Whereas the district recognizes that the authority to evaluate and approve such projects resides with the California Energy Commission and other local and state permitting agencies, not with the district. Whereas the district is aware of inaccurate public statements made by the applicant or its representatives characterizing the grant agreement as a community benefits agreement, and such statements do not reflect the intent of the district's agreement with Compass Energy. And whereas the district values transparency and accuracy in public discourse and seeks to clarify its neutral position to both the CEC and the community it serves. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the South Orange County Community College District reiterates that it has not taken a position supporting or opposing the Compass Energy Storage Project, nor in the suitability of the proposed site location. The grant agreement with the Compass Energy is limited strictly to funding scholarships and student workforce development programs contingent upon project certification and completion of legal processes. The district has taken no action to expend, encumber, or allocate any funds in reliance on the Compass Energy grant, nor has it made any representations to the California Energy Commission that would imply support of the project. Be it further resolved that the district directed the chancellor or her designee to communicate this clarification to the California Energy Commission and to make this resolution available to the public. We have a motion and a second from the board.
So moved.
Is there a second? Is there a second? I second it.
Madam President, I wish to speak.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded. Just a moment. That we accept this resolution. Is there any discussion? Trustee Bartlett?
First of all, I want to thank the members in the audience for coming to speak this evening. Your comments are very heartfelt and impactful, and I, for one, learned a number of new things from some of the speakers relative to internal process here and other things.
Oh,
You can't respond to public comment. Okay, we're just thanking the audience.
right.
So I learned a lot this evening, and relative to process internally here, and some of the things that were
Point of order,
mentioned
point of order.
prior.
Yes.
You can't be discussing internal processes because it may or may not have been
Okay.
taken out of context, and that's
Okay.
not fair to the staff.
Okay, all right. At the end of the day, two things. One, I think the resolutions that we have should be signed after they come up for a vote, not prior to. So I think we'll probably change that in the future. But I will be removing my name and signature from the resolution this evening.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion?
Can I just ask, can we review this resolution one more time? There's several comments here that I am not certain that I understand from hearing what we hear from the audience and what I have read before. I'm just confused, to just certain wording here. Can we review it one more time?
Sure.
So I can't make a motion to do that. We have to resolve what we have on.
Well, but you're allowed to discuss clarification of what it means.
Okay, hold on, I wish I had a pen here. Where did it say?
Here's a pen.
Okay, well, it says here statements do not reflect the intent of the district's agreement with Compass, but apparently that in other writings, it said in that long contract that if we did sign that, we did support it. So I want to know what is what. We supported it or we didn't support it? Because I didn't read that contract word for word. I mean, I fast read, but now I'm regretting that. But I want to know what is right. If that is true, then we have to discuss this.
I don't know where to go for the answer. Trustee Rydell, could you could you repeat your question?
The question was that it says here that it does not reflect the intent of the district's agreement with Compass Energy, that we did not agree. Yes, I believe that we didn't agree, but apparently somewhere in that contract, it says that if we sign this for the money, we agree to the benefits. And I know we didn't agree to that benefits, but it's written in the contract.
May I make a?
So am I confused, or
make
is this
a
true?
motion?
Trustee Prendergast?
Yeah, may I make a motion? In light of certain factors with trustee Rydell's not being in closed session and maybe not as informed on some of this, to give her time to process, that we table this till next meeting.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that,
Wait, just say I second. Just
okay, I second. Second.
It has been moved and
Well,
seconded.
there was a motion and a second before. You were
You
the
have to resolve that.
maker of the motion, weren't you?
Of the
Oh, you
original?
were.
I wasn't, yeah. So process-wise,
Substitute motion.
you can either accept it as a friendly,
I'll accept it as a friendly.
and then there we go.
Okay.
You also could amend, which,
Well, we don't know if we need to amend the resolution until we've had a further discussion on it
okay.
before the next meeting. And I think some of that comes to light with trustee Rydell's question, some of what trustee Bartlett was alluding to that maybe need to be clarified and discussed. And again, the more information, the better, the more clarity and the more transparency we have on it, the better. And I think that it doesn't do any good to rush it at this point. We've already sent the letter to the CEC on our disapproval, and we've already expressed to everyone we can that what we believed we did versus what it's being represented as. But I think the resolution, that it doesn't hurry anything up by stopping anything or helping anything or hurting anything by putting it one more month.
Yeah.
Would you, just a second, would you state your motion clearly then, since I didn't get it written down?
Moving to table this resolution till the next meeting.
Yeah.
Trustee Jamal?
Well, I seconded it unless the maker needs to You've accepted it as a friendly amendment?
I have accepted it,
All
yes. I do, well, do you have a question?
I just wanted because the letter to the California Energy Commission was referenced, that was sent, so I'm wondering if either President Inman or the Chancellor can summarize that letter since it's already been entered into the public record. And I ask that because I think, I think the resolution that was just tabled, that may come back, or may come back in a different form next month, but my understanding is that the resolution was supposed to reflect the substance of the letter that was sent to the State Energy Commission. Is that correct?
Just a moment.
Okay.
Do you want me to read it as clerk?
I don't know if we have to read I don't know, sure, we can read the entire letter, but I just summarize for, since it's a public letter, it's known, it's not like it's,
The thing
not
is
something
that
that's
the letter to the California
Yes.
Energy Commission, the resolution reflects it. Maybe, I think the letter to the California Energy Commission is stronger, perhaps.
okay?
I wanted to kind of share, just double checking to make sure what I could legally share with our attorneys. So that you all know, the board did direct me to, as a chancellor, on their behalf, to write to the California Energy Commission to clarify their stance. You've already clearly read the California Energy Commission letter, and I know that tonight, well, it's not just tonight, there's, been discussion about the board taking action to rescind the agreement. And so what's not said in the resolution that I want you to know, that the board would want you to know, is that the board also did direct me to work with NG to enter into discussions about mutually terminating the agreement. So that's not reflected in the resolution, but that is actively being pursued right now. So I wanted to make sure that the public knew that.
Is there any other discussion?
I have a clarification question. What mechanism, I mean, I don't know, I guess it could be a one-on-one conversation, but as a lot of the things that Trustee Rydell is not privy to is due to what has potentially been discussed in closed session, what is the protocol for that, just generally, if anyone can share? Yeah.
Well, my understanding is she can get the information that you shared with us. You just can't know what we said, because that's confidential in closed session. But you can share the same PowerPoint and go over all the same information you gave us and let her have that access. And then that will probably help, I think, have a little better understanding of it.
Yeah, so and that's happened to a degree already. So obviously, anything that's been made public, for example, the letter to the California Energy Commission has been shared with Trustee Rydell. And then, as members of the public know, I have met with members of the public, many of whom are in this room right now, and with NG and their consultants. And so information that I'm gathering on both sides, so to speak, I'm able to share as well, and I have, and I can continue to do that. Yes.
And
Trustee Rydell?
in regards to Trustee Dack's comment there, tonight, my question came from the presentations that were given to us by my constituents. And so I believe that what they said is correct, but I want to know if it's correct, and if it is correct, then we have to look at that contract again.
And I think that's valid, and
So-
I think that's valid for all of us, not just for you. That's why I made the motion to table it. I want to get clarification on some of what was presented.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know you didn't know that. Okay.
Okay, and the discussion now should be on the table. tabling. Is there any other discussion on whether or not we should table this motion?
I'll just say that I think, again, there's no time constraint for us to make a resolution that just shows the will of the board. So I'm fine with tabling this.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I mean, the letter's into the record to the Energy Commission. Chancellor just stated the board's request of her to move forward in the manner that she just stated. So I don't know that the resolution is even necessary. I mean, maybe at some point or some modified version of it, I don't know. But I think it's appropriate to table it tonight.
Okay.
That's a very good comment.
Any other discussion? Trustee Bartlett?
I agree with Trustee Jamal. I think it should be tabled and not to a date certain, because we don't know of a date that's appropriate, if at all, at this point.
Okay, at the point, though, the motion is to table it until the next meeting.
No.
No.
It's just,
That
it's
is what I said.
Oh, did you? Okay.
That's what I said. I did say table to the next meeting. I can amend it to table. it.
Amend
Is
it.
that another friendly amendment?
Yeah, table it till,
We're all friends today, yeah.
just strike until next meeting.
Okay, just table it, period. Is there any other discussion? All right, it has been moved and seconded, moved by, I guess it's the original, by Trustee Dack and seconded by Trustee Inman, that we table this motion, this resolution motion, period, table it.
Can we have it just, can I just make a comment?
We've already done that,
Oh,
I
I
think.
thought we had another
Yeah.
chance.
No, we can make comments until
Okay.
there's a vote.
I would like to just say that I believe our chancellor has worked extremely hard in what she has investigated through all of this. Exceptionally hard. And I want the constituents from Laguna Niguel and from San Juan and the surrounding areas to know it was absolutely exceptional. Did I say that? I want you to know that, and I think the board knows that too. But I want the community to know that. It was an exceptional amount of work. And it was, what makes it so rare is that it was continuous, meaning that when anyone explained something to her, she investigated that. And that makes a great leader. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sure we all agree. Okay, is it time to vote? I think it is. What we have in front of us is not what we're voting on exactly, because we're now voting on to table this, period. So, did you change it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's changed.
All right, it has now been moved and seconded to table this motion. Please vote. On a 6-0 vote, with advisory vote of student trustee as yes, the motion to table has passed. Okay, moving right along. It is now, thank you, please, for participating in democracy. Okay, we'll let them depart. Our next is number 8, presentations, discussion items, 8.1, Equal Employment Opportunity Plan Annual Certification, Form 2024 to 2025, presentation and approval.
Good evening, trustees, Chancellor Barn, my fellow district colleagues, and what's remaining of the members of the public. Thank you for your time today.
For the big audience.
My name is Ann Chua. I am the Director of EO Equity and Compliance Programs, and I have the pleasure of presenting to you our EEO certification form tonight. We are required to complete and submit this form on an annual basis to our state chancellor's office. At its core, we are required to ensure and verify compliance with our Title V regulations in order to receive EO funding. So essentially, we are required to confirm these 4 key areas you see here, which is that we've collected and reviewed our applicant and employee data, that we've made progress in our EEO goals, that we've investigated and addressed any complaints of discrimination and harassment, and that we've used our funds to further our EEO goals. So first, allow me to report on how we've been navigating our data changes. The last 2 years, we've experienced a whirlwind of significant changes in our data systems. We've essentially transitioned as of last August from Workday Recruiting to NeoEd for all of our applicant tracking. And as of this month, we've transitioned from Workday Recruiting to Banner for all of our employee data. Now, as you know, with any major system overhaul, or in our case, this transition from ERP systems the last 2 years, we have experienced some bumps in the road. We did experience some data loss due to this transition of data migration. And during this period of system adjustments, we have been working towards cleaning and basically restarting our data remapping efforts. Now, the good news is that we are back on track. We have streamlined our applicant data sources so that now we can, in terms of our data cleansing efforts, we're on track to create a dashboard. Now, this dashboard will essentially be our tool to evaluate data on a regular basis, specifically to monitor whether or not we have any unfair hiring practices that negatively affect certain groups. Now, for the exciting progress of our year 2 goals, which I'm mostly happy to report on, is 2 of our efforts, our Bloom and Excel programs. First, I'm really proud of our Bloom program, which is our faculty internship program. This program has made significant strides in the last 3 years. We just recently completed our 3rd cycle. This program specifically has improved underrepresentation in our part-time faculty ranks. So just so I can report on some of the data, when we first piloted this program in its first year, we hired 30% of our interns in our district faculty ranks. In its second year, we hired 40% in our part-time faculty ranks. And now, as of last spring, I just found out that we've incredibly hired 50% of them into our part-time faculty ranks. Now, I do want to give credit where credit is due. This program's success is all owed to our Bloom faculty coordinators, Kalisha Galvin over at Irvine Valley College and Efren Rangel over at Saddleback College, and of course to all of our dedicated faculty that continue to step up to be mentors for this program. Because honestly, the success and the existence of this faculty internship program could not happen without their ongoing participation in it. So I really do want to take a moment to thank them. And then beyond Bloom, we have our Excel Academy, our leadership program. This program focuses specifically on nurturing leadership skills with our existing workforce. Similarly, this program completed its 3rd cycle. In its first year, we had about 27 participants. In its second year, we had 33 participants, and in its 3rd year, just this past spring, we have another 23 participants that graduated. So in total, we have about 83 participants that have completed this program, which the intention behind it, right, is to build a stronger, more inclusive leadership pipeline within our existing workforce. So I'm happy to report that those numbers continue to demonstrate a great professional development opportunity here in our district. Now, I do want to take this rare opportunity to actually show our trustees and Chancellor Barn a recently completed marketing video. We are going to go through our next recruitment cycle for the Bloom program. And what's great about this video is it features 2 of our Bloom interns who have been hired as part-time faculty here at the district, and in their own words, describe the impact of the program in their lives.
experience that could potentially change your entire outlook on the world, Bloom is for you.
I would say that the Bloom program is really unique in how I feel that it's almost the first of its kind, giving the opportunity for people to come in and learn the ropes of what it means to become a community college professor in an actual classroom.
The Bloom program matches you with a mentor that's been teaching at the community college level for a very long time. You have the chance to go and observe their classroom each and every week. You get a chance to work with students directly and meet with your mentor to discuss pedagogy. Finally, you have this wonderful opportunity to attend professional development opportunities beyond the classroom experience.
Going through the Bloom program was a great addition to my resume and really allowed me to make great connections here at the community college.
The Bloom program is a real great opportunity to give you real in-class experience under the guidance of an amazing mentor.
I was inspired to join the Bloom program because I'd always wanted to be a community college professor ever since attending IVC myself.
The Bloom program was a great opportunity for me to meet other young professionals in my cohort. It was also a wonderful chance to interact and engage with students from all over the community college campus.
My favorite part of the Bloom program is being able to teach 2 lessons to the class that I came up with my mentor professor.
The most valuable skills I gained as a Bloom intern is that it confirmed my own passion for community college teaching, and the Bloom program gave me an incredible toolkit that allowed me to go into any classroom and teach proficiently.
If anyone was interested in joining the Bloom program, I would say that they should definitely join because of the wonderful opportunities that it provides.
So,
Very nice.
thank you. That actually one of our interns, Catherine Vu, in that video is, I think she mentioned one of our IVC alums, so it's a great full circle moment to see them become part of our faculty ranks, actually. But yeah, so in conclusion, this EO certification form that we must complete and submit to the state, a large part of that is if we're in compliance, we will be eligible to receive EO funding. As of right now, there's actually no announcement what that exact amount will be for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, but to give you context, last year's amount, we did receive close to $137,000 for completing this form. So thank you again for your time tonight and reviewing this form. Do you have any questions, actually? Sorry.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions of her?
I'd just like to say thank you very much for this presentation and the video.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, can we have a motion to accept the Board of Trustees?
So moved.
Thank you. I'm sorry. The second was Bartlett, okay? And it has been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Bartlett that we approve the proposed EEO plan certification form for 2024 to 2025 as shown in Exhibit A. Is there any other discussion? Okay, let's vote, please. On a 6-0 vote with student trustee advisory vote of yes, the motion to approve the Equal Opportunity Plan Annual Certification Form 2024 to 2025 has been approved. Thank you. Okay, next we have the consent calendar. Are there any polls? Trustee Bartlett?
Section 9.10.
9.10. Are there any other polls? Okay.
Move the balance of the consent calendar.
Second.
Kate has been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Dack that we,
It's okay.
what?
It was me, but it's okay.
I'm sorry. No, it's not okay. You guys just sound alike. Okay, it's been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Dack. The,
Moved by trustee Prendergast, seconded by trustee Jamal.
yeah. Okay. It has been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Jamal that we approve the consent calendar
balance.
except for the balance. Thank you. That works. All in,
Team effort.
let's go ahead and vote, please. On a 6-0 vote with student trustee advisory vote of yes, the motion to approve the balance of the consent calendar items has passed. So 9.10, trustee Bartlett.
Thank you, Madam President. So on page 13, Exhibit A, page 13, there are 4 items for Southern California Edison Company relating to meter and service change for SCE electrical infrastructure project. And I was just wondering, does that have to do with our solar project in some way, or is this some other kind of infrastructure project? So it's PO number P221409 through P221412.
Right, this is related to an infrastructure project that Irvine Valley College is doing, whereby they are replacing all of their transformers and switchgear, and really all of the infrastructure at the campus. And so in 100, they have 4 different locations where they have their switchgear. And so each of the purchase orders there is for Edison to come in and work with the district throughout this project to switch out all of the gear and update the infrastructure so that we have current electrical on the campus.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with the solar project then?
This one does not, no.
Okay, okay, and this would need to be done even with a solar project going in, that's correct? I'm assuming that's correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. With that, I'll move the item.
It has been moved by trustee Bartlett and seconded by trustee Prendergast that we accept item number 9.10. Is there any other discussion? Okay, let's vote, please. On a 6-0 vote with student advisory vote of yes, the motion to approve purchase orders, checks, and disbursements 9.10 has passed. Okay, we're going on to number 10. Business services, award of professional services agreement for work orders for audio visual consulting services consulting group LLC.
So moved.
Which one
Second.
of you? Jamal?
I did.
Okay, and
And I will second.
okay, it's been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Dack that we accept the agreement work order for audio visual. Is there any discussion? Trustee Bartlett?
Thank you, Madam President. So I understand there were 3 firms that ended up in the short list for this particular procurement. And I was just kind of curious, so the proposal evaluation score between the first-ranked firm and the second-ranked firm, that makes sense, I guess, with about an 8-point spread. But then it came to the interview evaluation scores, and there's a 66-point difference. So that's a huge difference, and I was just wondering the rationale there. And I guess the third firm didn't even interview. But can somebody explain, I mean, the top-ranked firm scored a 96, and then in the interview evaluation score, and the second-ranked firm scored a 30. Yet they were very close in the proposal evaluation scores.
Right, so I will allow 2 of the gentlemen who sat on the interview to give the answer to you. So we have Nick Newkirk, who is our Assistant Director Purchasing and Contracts, and our Executive Director of Facilities Planning, Mr. Medhani Ephraim. But they were both involved in the interview, so they can explain the difference in the scoring.
Hello, everyone. So when we interviewed, I'm gonna try to use my words carefully here. It was very apparent that what they put on paper was not there in the interview. So sometimes we get proposals that are, you know, bright and flashy and they say all the right things on paper, and then the humans sit in front of you, just like a real job interview. And it's very clear that that was not the right team for the job. So I think I'll politely leave it at that. And you can see that's one of the lowest interview scores. It actually is the lowest interview score we've ever had.
Yeah.
So
It's a little higher than the non-applicable one for firm
yeah.
3.
the third firm, INA LED, it was a 71 proposal. So I just leave it at that. It definitely, the other two firms shine a lot brighter on the proposal piece.
Okay, well, that
So,
explains the technical from what they submitted in writing versus the interview where it was apparent that what they put in writing was really not accurate.
Yeah.
So that's all that needs to be said. That clarifies everything for me. Thank you very much, appreciate
So
it.
I just want to, sorry, I can add, so, I interview people all the time for various things that I completely understand what happened and appreciate your handling it diplomatically. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right, with that, I'll move the item.
It has been moved by trustee Bartlett and seconded by trustee Prendergast. We already had it.
There was just discussion.
Okay. So, thank you, but we already had, okay, it's been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Dack to award the professional services agreement for work orders for audio-visual consulting services. It's time to vote. On a 6-0 vote with the advisory committee, advisory vote of the student being yes, the award of professional services agreement for work orders for audio-visual consulting services has passed. Thank you. Okay, number 11. We'll be going to Kim Wittes. So 11.1, academic employees and management personnel actions and ratifications. Are there any changes?
No changes.
Okay,
So moved.
Second?
who was the first?
I did it.
Tim. Okay, it has been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Bartlett that we approve the academic employees and management personnel actions and ratifications. Time to vote. On a 6-0 vote with the student trustee abstaining, the motion for academic employee and management personnel actions and ratifications has passed. 11.2, classified personnel actions and ratifications. Are there
No
changes?
changes.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved. It has been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Rydell that we pass the classified personnel actions and ratifications. Is there any discussion? Okay. On a 6-0 vote, the motion for classified personnel actions and ratifications has passed. 11.3, are there changes?
No changes.
Changes, thank you. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved by trustee Dack and seconded by trustee Rydell to, just a second. Wait. Okay, this is for the demand to bargain between the district and the SOCCC, California School Employees Association, Article 7, hours and overtime, and Article 9, health and welfare benefits. Discussion?
Did we vote on the other one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you need a motion?
Yes.
So moved.
Okay, it has been moved by trustee.
Did we vote on the other one?
You already made a motion and second.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what confused me. Okay.
Getting late.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, now, we got our solution for 11.2, right? Okay. 11.3,
Ready, we already, yeah, we're ready to have a,
okay,
ask for discussion if there's a vote, if no discussion.
okay. Okay, we're on 11.3. It has been moved by trustee Dack and seconded by trustee Rydell, the demand to bargain between the district and the California School Employees Association, Article 7 and Article 9.
Discussion?
Is there discussion? Okay, let's vote, please. On a 6-0 vote with the student trustee abstaining, the board has approved the demand to bargain between district and SOCCCD, California School Employees Association, Article 7, hours and overtime, and Article 9, health and welfare benefits. Okay, we are now to number 12, education and technology services.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Jamal that we approve the fall community education programs.
I just want to say something real quick.
Yes?
So, my children took advantage of these when they were younger, and I know a lot of people do. I think it's really an amazing thing we offer as a district, along with the emeritus program. I just want to highlight that this is a lot of work for people to basically get free or very little cost access to amazing programs. And so I just want to highlight that.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, let's vote. On a 6-0 vote, the board has approved the Saddleback College and Irvine Valley College Fall 2025 Community Education Programs. Thank you. Information items. Okay, this is information, the monthly financial status report. Do we ask for discussion? Do we ask? Is there any discussion? No, you're not. You're not? It's just an information item. Everybody read it. Written reports.
The president's first. This report's for administration, so
Where is this?
it's not listed on there, but do the president's first, then the vice chancellor, and the chancellor.
All right. The chancellor first. Aha, now I see it. Okay, we would have a report by our chancellor.
All right, just quickly, I see our students are off and running to study, but I wanted to make mention that I had the opportunity in the past couple of weeks to meet with both of our ASG presidents, Noah and Maba, and what fabulous student leaders we have. They kind of shared with me already some of the early trials and tribulations of stepping into a leadership role and how they could navigate the democratic process. And that just reminded me of tonight. And realizing, again, I think we all know it, you know, we are a complex organization of close to 60,000 students and over 3,000 employees. And we have a huge community as well, and so many constituents. And we deal with difficult situations and make difficult decisions. So whether it's regarding collective bargaining or community matter, we deal with difficult situations. Regardless of what side individuals sit on, the place where we all come together is that we value the democratic process, right? And so we started the day today with the Pledge of Allegiance. I said this last time when we approved the strategic plan. And so when I think of and justice for all, it's about making sure that there's due process and all the voices are at the table. So I appreciate that about all of you, our community members, our students, our Board of Trustees, that we value the democratic process, regardless of what the issue is. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Can we have the president of Irvine Valley College, please?
Thank you, Trustee Inman. Next time we meet for our monthly board meeting, we will have already held our professional development Flex Week activity. So I want to be sure to invite you all to the President's Opening Day on Monday, August 11th. We this year will flip back to the 9 a.m. time slot in our Performing Arts Theater, where I will highlight the annual state of the college, focusing on past accomplishments, feature some opportunities for the coming year, and to celebrate some milestones, including IVC's 40th anniversary. Our marketing and creative services team just concluded these incredible interviews. They interviewed 16 individuals, many of them who were the original faculty, retired administrators, classified staff, and current employees that were students in the early years of IVC. And we are going to preview a 10-minute glimpse of what will be a documentary that we will premiere later in October. And we will be showing that glimpse just to kind of tease folks at our opening day. And their reflections and stories really helped bring to life the legacy of Irvine Valley College and all the incredible individuals who contributed towards what is now such an amazing and incredible college. So that's all I have to report, and I invite you warmly to our opening day session.
Thank you. President of Saddleback College.
Thank you, President Inman. So we invite you, after spending the morning at IVC, to take a much shorter commute than normal in your Flex Week activities, to drive over to Tustin and join us for our Flex Week presentation, which will be followed immediately thereafter with a ribbon cutting for our new facilities, Saddleback at ATEP. I want to express condolences to the Milchiker family for the end of Ben's, what I learned was a 24-year battle with stage 3 lung cancer. The interesting thing about funerals is sometimes you get to learn more about people than you knew about them, and it's always sort of interesting to put those things together with what you know about them. And meeting and hearing from his 3 sons, who we feel like we know because we've heard so much about them over the years, was really pleasant. But the stories they told about their father, and in particular, the story of the middle son talking about his father having this habit of jumping over fences they weren't supposed to jump over, was very sweet, and also a wonderful metaphor for a brave man who unfortunately could not get over the last fence he faced in his life. I want to thank and congratulate faculty and administrators who have worked together to build new curriculum and new programs to always keep Saddleback fresh and on the leading edge of what the workforce will need in the future. Recently approved programs by the state include, to begin in 2026, our new surgical tech program, salon management, sports administration, healthcare data analytics, and EKG technician. Also, in this year coming, you'll be glad to know we begin teaching our AI course, as well as courses and future credentials in vibe coding, a new form of coding which uses AI to save some of the work normally associated with long-form traditional coding. You heard tonight from Frank allusion to our guitar building program for Mesa students. I want to highlight one other program, and that is right now we have 25 students at UCI who are staying in the dorms and taking 1 week of their summer class while at UCI. So they are accompanied by their instructor in that class, Jose Lumbreras, as well as one of our counselors, Andrew Fio. And these students are all low-income and first-generation students. And the idea is that they do not have a UC on their educational plan and probably should. So we're hoping that putting them on the campus and getting a feel for what that university is like will inspire them, and they will feel like they do belong there, even though they don't have parents at home who went to college telling them this is what they should be doing. So an interesting experiment. We'll be watching the results at the end, but we're very excited to have those students out there this week, and very grateful for faculty that spend their summers doing things like that for our students. Thank you. That's it for me tonight.
Thank you. Vice Chancellor, Technology and Education. No report. Vice Chancellor Anne Marie.
All right, thank you. Just real quickly, I want to send out my thanks and congratulations to our amazing payroll and benefits team. On July 15th, we issued our first payroll out of Banner. So that was successful. So I want to thank very much. And I'm going to name the names so everybody knows. We have Connie Ramos, who's our manager of payroll and benefits. And then her team of payroll specialists include Anthony Bautista, Liz Velasco, Esther Ross, Kyle Kwan, Stephanie Junco, Virginia Romero. And then our two benefits folks are Allison Amel and Ruby Hazard. And they are all led by Connie Kavanaugh, who's our executive director, who's in the audience. So just, we can't thank them enough for the hard work that they've put into transition issuing payroll on our own away from the Orange County Department of Education. That is a huge, huge undertaking, and they have done it successfully so far with one payroll. So thank you to all of them.
And do we have a report from Kim?
No report.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. Bear with me here. I know that you will have some nice feelings about this. It is with heavy heart that I close tonight's meeting in honor of Nancy Kessler, a beloved member of the Saddleback College community who passed away on May 31st, and Dr. Benjamin Milchiker, a cherished member of our South Orange County Community College District family who passed away on July 15th. Nancy dedicated 22 years to teaching fashion merchandising and design at Saddleback College before retiring in 1997. Her passion for education and commitment to student success left an indelible mark on our college and on the many lives she touched. One of the highlights of her teaching career was the annual spring fashion show she coordinated with her students at the Mission Viejo Mall. This event was a celebration of creativity and learning. Nancy was deeply proud of her students and their work, and she poured her heart into helping them shine. A celebration of Nancy's life will be held on July 26th from 2 to 6 at 2414 Vista del Oro in Newport Beach. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire South Orange County Community College District, we extend our deepest condolences to Nancy Kessler's family, friends, former colleagues, and students. Her legacy lives on in the vibrant creative spirit of Saddleback College. It is with deep sadness and respect that we acknowledge the passing of Dr. Benjamin Milchiker, a beloved physician, devoted husband, and cherished member of the South Orange County Community College District family. Dr. Milchiker passed away peacefully at home on July 15th, 2025, surrounded by his loving family. Ben, as he was known to many, was the beloved husband of our esteemed colleague, Trustee Marcia Milchiker. Together, they shared a life grounded in service, education, and an unwavering commitment to the community. A dedicated healer and family man, Dr. Milchiker touched countless lives through his work in medicine and through his warmth, intellect, and generosity of spirit. He leaves behind a legacy of compassion and care, remembered by his dear wife, Marcia, and their 3 sons and several grandchildren. A memorial service for Dr. Milchiker was held on July 17th at Lawn Mount Olive Memorial Park in Costa Mesa. On behalf of the entire South Orange County Community College community, we extend our deepest condolences to Trustee Milchiker and her family. We honor Dr. Milchiker's life of purpose and we stand in heartfelt support of Marcia during this time of mourning. May his memory be a blessing. Thank you. The meeting is adjourned.